Genshin Impact, the free-to-play game that back in 2019 caused an uproar among some fans for being a little bit too similar to Breath of the Wild. Hey everyone, Andrew here. If you're new to the channel, I release videos every Wednesdays and Fridays, so if you want to find your way back for more gaming content, feel free to like, subscribe, and to turn on those notifications to stay up to date. Since seeing the trailer back in 2019, Genshin Impact has been a game I've actually been really looking forward to playing. Yes, when compared to Breath of the Wild, there seems to be an overwhelming amount of similarities, especially in regards to its mechanics, art style, and even open world feel. But if given the opportunity, I think most people would be pleasantly surprised at how fun and addicting this game can be.
Dude, this is awesome.
I started playing yesterday, and for what I assumed was only going to be an hour, it turned into an all-day affair. That's just how fun the game is. Trust me when I say that as an MMO, the game is pretty good, and it checks a lot of the boxes I wish World of Warcraft might have done. And I'm not the only one who feels that this is a good game. I think what bothered me most about Breath of the Wild was, in particular, the combat. I was not a fan of weapons always breaking, and the lack of different enemy types with the simple moveset Link had with each weapon really wasn't doing it for me. I'm aware that in Breath of the Wild there were advanced mechanics that allow for some players to whirlwind while holding their bow and shock arrow out, but that was a bit too much for me. In contrast, because Genshin Impact offers so many different characters to use, the combat feels more varied, fast-paced, and all-around rewarding when you actually start to understand how to chain together the elemental reactions. Though I am keenly aware that these aforementioned characters do sometimes come at a price.
Are there any left?
There may be one.
Isn't very. Shut up and take my money!
For those of you who may not be familiar with these terms, I've gone ahead and added them on screen, and essentially, this is how the game makes money. When I heard that Genshin Impact was going to be a waifu gacha game, it gave me concerns. Did miHoYo really make a Breath of the Wild clone that was pay to win? From where I'm currently at in the game, I don't think so. For all characters and items I currently have, I haven't spent a single dollar. Now, in the future, that may change, and maybe I'll make a video down the road where I purchase a few wishes with real money if I play the game enough. But for now, I've been able to enjoy the game and access a lot of loot without feeling like I need to spend money. And something to note is that the same characters that you can potentially get from the gacha system, you can actually unlock in-game following some specific missions and achievements. In addition to that, if you still want to try their gacha system without having to spend any of your own money, that's completely possible. No, I'm not talking about stealing from your folks.
It doesn't feel right.
There's tons, and I mean tons, of chests and loot that can be found while exploring the world that you can exchange for tokens to make wishes for new characters, all without spending any real money. And the game wants you to try this system. They mail you some of the gacha currency into your character's mailbox, so be sure to check there on certain events. I'll also include on screen a code that at the time of this video, you can redeem for 30 Primo Gems. The short answer is, yeah. The cost of entry is free. It's available on
PC, PS4, Switch, Android, and iOS.
On top of all that, at least for me, the mechanics are pretty easily digestible. And like Animal Crossing, it's a game that you get to choose the pacing for. Now, is it grindy? Yes. Is it similar to Breath of the Wild? 100%. But it's also really fun. In conclusion, Genshin Impact is a game I'd urge anyone to try. The combat system is robust, the character designs are aesthetic and anime-ish, with the latter appealing to more of my inner weeb, and best of all, it's free, essentially costing you nothing to try except maybe some storage space. I've always been a proponent of games that make me feel as if I've gotten my money's worth, in relation to time spent, which is probably one of the reasons why I love Animal Crossing and Dark Souls so much. But if you're still on the fence about playing the game, that's completely understandable. Some of my friends have even said that at the point of entry the game was a bit confusing, but the game does its best in guiding players to what each item is, what they do, where to go, what to do, which can't be said for most of the games I've played recently. For me personally, prior to the start of any game, I tend to do a bunch of research about all you need to know before starting. If anyone is interested, I'll be sure to include all the links that I found helpful in the description of this video. I hope you all enjoyed this video. I had a lot of fun playing Genshin Impact, and I do plan to incorporate it more on my streams. If you want to join me live over on Twitch, links to that and all the socials for the channel can be found below. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on those notifications to stay up to date. Thanks again for stopping by. Let me know down in the comments if you're playing Genshin Impact. And until next time, this is Andrew, signing off.